Hey tribe, welcome back to Peaceful Ambition. If you are new to Peaceful Ambition, go ahead and subscribe down below. If you are already part of the tribe, welcome, wagwan, and welcome back. Guys, you see the title, we are talking about healing. But in this particular video, I actually want to talk about that messy gray area of healing. The time when we feel confused, misunderstood, not only by others, but also by ourselves. Things are not pretty, and we just feel really inconsistent with our life. I want to talk about that moment. Yes, we're still healing, but sometimes it doesn't always feel that way. So if you are new, again, subscribe, stay a while, go ahead and get comfortable. And as always, y'all, we are going to let our ambition be our peace, but let's get into this topic. Some days when I wake up, I feel strong. I feel like I'm doing everything right. And then there's those other days when I just feel confused and I don't even know if I'm lifing right. Guys, there's also days when I say, okay, for me to heal today, for me to be that person that I need to be, I'm going to set boundaries, but then I second guess them all day. That's the thing about healing. There is no clear path. There is no instructions to how we can heal ourselves. And most of the time, it's not even going to look like progress is even being made. We have to remember is just because we may still feel pain, it doesn't mean that you haven't grown. Or even just because we still fall back into the old emotions, it doesn't mean that you haven't even moved forward. Personally, healing doesn't mean that you're never going to struggle again or you're never going to feel those emotions again. No, healing means that you're going to still struggle, but you're going to learn how to control your emotions, or you're going to learn how to struggle with grace. You're going to learn how to handle the things that you did struggle with, and it's not going to be able to take over your life, take over your day, or even your season. You're going to learn that these are the things that I have to get over. These are the burdens that I may carry, but they are not going to be the things that hold me down like anchors. Personally, I feel like a lot of people have the thinking, if I can fake it, I can make it. If I don't think about it, it's not there. No, guys, there are times when things have traumatized us, when things have hurt us, when things had affected us. But sometimes we try to forget about it, or we act like it didn't happen, or we act like it didn't affect us in a certain way. No, don't do that, because all you're doing is just sweeping things under the rug. You're discrediting your own feelings, and that's not going to help you heal. That's just going to keep those things inside of you, keep those feelings inside of you, keep those things that need to be spoken out loud, need to be expressed by you inside. And that's not good, because if we think that we're going to heal ourselves by keeping that poison inside of us, we're not. We're going to stay poisoned, and eventually it's going to poison the inside and all different places that wasn't even supposed to be touched by that poison. Guys, we have to know that if I'm hurt, I am going to heal. If I don't like something, I'm going to say something, because that's the only way I can start the process of healing. I can go down that path of being a better person, because I healed myself by knowing that I have to speak up and I have to speak out and I have to tell people, do things, be progressive, do things different, so I can start healing and not stay in the same position. Because if I stay in the same position, if I be the same way, I'm going to get the same results. And of course, it's easier said than done. We may not be where we used to be and not where we want to be yet. So we're kind of in that in-between stage where we feel really uncertain about our actions, about our feelings, and just about what's going to be next for us. Guys, we have to give ourselves credit and grace. We have to think about the times when we overcame something, when we stuck our head up high, our chest up high, and we conquered something. Guys, we have to remember the times when we were strong, and not just because we wanted to be strong, because we had no choice but to be strong. The times when we had to pick ourselves up from the ground, the times when we had to heal ourselves. We have to remember those times, because a lot of days we're going to wake up and we're not going to feel like we're healing. We're not going to feel like we're progressing in life. But then there are days when we feel like we know that we can conquer the world, and we have to let those days ring in our head when we have those doubtful days. We have to let those days be a vision in our head so we can get back to that person that was not afraid, that person that was able to pick up other people when they are hurt, and to say that I'm hurt too, but you can get through it because I'm learning to get through it. As long as you're still showing up for yourself, you're still pushing yourself, you still believe in yourself, and you're still praying to God, you will be okay. Because we know that healing is not a straight path. It's not linear. It's not going to be perfect. There's going to be days when things are going to seem ugly, when you're not going to want to get out of bed. But as long as you don't give up on yourself, because God is not going to give up on you, then you are going to heal before you know it. But it's not going to be overnight, and it is going to be a work in progress. You are not broken. You are becoming. And I want you to remember that. Yeah, there's things that you carry with you, but guess what? Those are also lessons that you know that you carried. Lessons that you got through. Oh, you're going to let go of the burdens, but at the same time, you're going to keep those lessons in your head. Yeah, you've been through a lot of things in life. Okay, that just makes you sharper as a person. You're able to look out of every single eye that you have. You're able to watch your own back because you've been through some situations. And now you're smarter and you're wiser and you move a little different. Stop saying that you're broken and like you can't be fixed. Stop saying that you're broken like that's actually a bad thing. Sometimes we have to break in order to put ourselves together the right way. And at the same time, a lot of times we're not even broken. We will bend, but we're not going to break. So we have to remember that when we're trying to heal ourselves. Yeah, you may have things that you have to get through. That does not mean that you're a bad person. It does not mean that you are not worthy of everything else in this world that anyone else can get. Because you are just as or even more worthy of. But we have to believe that within ourselves. And we have to give ourselves grace, like I mentioned before. Because if we're so hard on ourselves and we want ourselves to be this person that we want to be so bad, and forget about the journey, forget about the progress, and just keep on looking at the prize, we'll never get there. It's about the progress. It's about the path. It's about the positivity that we pour into ourselves so we can get to that point. Y'all like that, right? Because we're never going to get to that point if we don't have those things. So just to remind you, if you're in that messy middle area of healing or just in life, or if you're just going through something in general, just remember that you are not broken and you are becoming, and that you have to give yourself time and keep showing up for yourself. Every day matters. Every thought matters. Every word that comes out of your mouth about yourself, about your future, about you matters. So we have to remember that. We have to move by that, and we have to keep on going. Even if you feel like no one sees your progress, no one is clapping for you, there's no one in your corner, you're doing this all by yourself, just remember that doesn't mean that it's not happening. And a lot of times we have to do things for ourselves, not for other people to cheer us on. We have to push ourselves. We have to decide to change our mind, to make ourselves better, to heal ourselves, to let go of things. Because if we live by someone else's emotions, by someone else's, hey, you should do this, then we are going to be living off of their lives and how they feel about situations. We have to remember that we are our own individuals. And that if I'm going through something, then I'm going to go through something, but I'm going to get through it. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And just a reminder, healing is still healing, even if it's quiet. It's still happening. Not everybody got to know your business. And as always, y'all, let your ambition be your peace. Again, if you are new to the tribe, please subscribe down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if you think that it's going to help you. And also share this video, because you never know how it can actually help someone else. So I love you, new members, as well as my tribe, of course. Please make sure you also find me on TikTok, Instagram, and of course, YouTube and Facebook, Peaceful Ambition, as well as my other platforms, The Wise Family 5, it's AK, Tinky, and Nala, and of course, Dancehall Critics. Until next time, y'all, peace. I love y'all. Let your ambition be your peace.